Okay, welcome to BigBandTheory.net trivia questions. First question today may sound odd, but it's really meant to inspire all of us that might have disabilities and let you know that if you do have a disability, that nothing is impossible. So, who are some of the famous rock musicians that have been born with or lost a body part? See if you can name any. I've got, I think, 5 on the list that I know of. Pause. Okay, first of all, Def Leppard. Rick Allen of Def Leppard actually had both of his arms, was the drummer, lost an arm. The band decided they wanted to keep him, and he learned to play drums with only one arm. Incredible story. Next is Paul Stanley of Kiss. He only has one ear. He was born this way, so he has only ever been able to hear in one ear, and of course is a lead singer and rhythm guitarist, and has been instrumental in writing tons of rock songs. And next is Phil Keaggy, one of my favorite guitarists. If you go to YouTube, go to 1969 and hear him with glass harp, some live stuff. He was playing things that nobody was playing back in 1969. Went on to do a ton of great Christian music, an awesome singer. Anyway, he's missing a finger on his right hand. Another one, of course, is the famous band Kansas, Rich Williams, who is missing an eye, and you will see it in every picture of him. He has a patch over one of his eyes, and an amazing guitarist that's still with Kansas today, as far as I know. Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath, he is missing some of his fingertips, which is typically critical in guitar playing. And last is Jerry Garcia, and he's also missing a right finger, which he picks with, much like Phil Keaggy. So Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead, of course. Okay, next trivia question, BigBandTheory.net, is Paul McCartney's bass is a huge story, and I don't know if you know the story of it. So what kind of a bass is it? What was that bass called? And is it still missing, or has it been found? Pause. Okay, the answer is, first of all, we call it the Beatle bass or the violin bass, and it is made by Hofner, so it looks like a violin. And it was actually stolen in 1972. It's been gone for 52 years. They put out a big APB worldwide hunt, and it was actually discovered by a woman that found it in her attic. So it turns out her father-in-law had stolen it in 1972, pretty much stored it in the attic. He passed away. Her and her husband moved into this house, and finally it was found. It was returned to Paul McCartney, so it's safe and sound now. And the bass guitar, the most iconic instrument in the Beatles, was found, and it's valued at $13 million, possibly the most expensive guitar on the face of the planet. Okay, next trivia question is, who was noted as being, or what was noted, what song, what artist, as the first rock song? So what was the first rock song, and who was the artist? And what year, if you know that? Pause. Okay. This guitar featured distorted guitar, which is part of the definition of rock. It was actually done in 1951, if you can believe that. Jackie Brenston is the artist, and the name is Rocket 88. So the name of the song is Rocket 88, 1951, distorted guitars, first recorded rock song in the history of rock. Okay, next trivia question for the day, BigBandTheory.net, is who was the father of rock and roll? So this is a person that came out and played many songs, wrote many songs of rock. Later, the Beatles, when they started out, even started covering some of his songs. Who is this person? Pause. Okay, the answer is Chuck Berry. He did things like Roll Over Beethoven, of course, Johnny Be Good, and came up with just an amazing rock style that took the 12-bar blues, but really took it into a whole different genre, and he is known as the father of rock. Okay, next question is simply who is known as the king of rock? So the king of rock and roll really is who? Pause. Okay, this is Elvis Presley. He took what he's heard as some of the gospel music, black music, soul music, and really turned it into more energy, and who we do call the father of rock and roll. Okay, trivia question is who is known as the king of soul? Now, this person not only had a lot of soul and sang and danced crazy, even Michael Jackson was admitted that he imitated a lot of his movements when he was a little kid. Who is this person? Pause. Okay, answer, James Brown, father of soul. Okay, next trivia question is, who is the king of pop? So rock music has a subgenre, I think, called pop. And this particular person did a lot of pop music, has the #1 best-selling album of all time. Who is that? Pause. Okay, the answer is Michael Jackson. Now, he gave himself the name of King of Pop, so he wouldn't go on stage unless you said, here's the King of Pop. So it is a self-proclaimed name that he forced on us, but it really is true because nobody's ever sold 120 million albums like Thriller, and probably more than that by now. But King of Pop, we'll give it to you, even though you demanded it, Michael Jackson.